welcome to Call to Arms Session 3. Let's get this show on the road. You guys, having returned from the Blackstone Mountains, partially successfully, to the half-full goblet, found yourself, well, you were greeted by an extremely warm welcome. There was a huge party in your honor, essentially. The room, the meal, the drink, all on the house. I'm sure you all had a fantastic time. I believe Sean did a spot of gambling, actually proved quite lucky. Yeah, the festivities drawing to a close. You all retire for the night and got a fantastic night's rest in a real bed for a change. I'm sure you're all quite appreciative of that. So we're just going to pick up the next morning here in the Half-Full Goblet in Arbenbaum Village, this very small predominantly dwarven village. Yeah, take it away, guys. There's one thing that I do want to say is that if you spend about a week in town here, which I would imagine you might do, depending on what exactly you choose to pursue over the next couple of days, perhaps, you'll be able to identify all of those artifacts. You know, if you just spend a significant period of time within a settlement, you're going to be able to.
We will spend the whole week here because we have a lot of identified items. Plus, we basically are weak as a group. This format.
Are the people that weren't there just popping back into existence in the party?
Yeah,
that's we have to meet them in the town.
Pretty much, Brom and Mog, I'd say you guys probably arrived in town the previous day and were privy to everything that was going on here. You saw this group of 3 adventurers arrive and the tavern just erupting into celebration, and you've been witness to all of this. I'll just leave it in your guys' hands from here. Exactly what are you going to all be doing on the first day of this week's rest here in Arbenbaum?
I think as we are eating breakfast, I think we should make an inventory of what the fuck we have. Because if I remember correctly, we have books about arcane books, blacksmithing book, an ancient dwarfish blacksmithing book, as we know it is ancient and is blacksmithing because there's a freaking anvil and a hammer on it, or whatever you said. And I think, for example, maybe we can give, as I tell this to the party, that maybe we can give the blacksmithing book to the actual blacksmith. Maybe we can just give it to him, not sell it, so that he can, who knows, maybe do a stuff for free.
And we can also give Therwin his armor back.
No, he can run around naked.
No?
You can run around naked for a little bit. But I think you have your armor on back.
I'm naked.
I will point out that
I'm naked.
There was a hide armor which was found at some point in time.
But I asked you, I cannot use the hide armor. I just can use leather.
You cannot. Therwin can.
Then there you go. You have. I think that's the hide armor is better than leather, basically, because it's wolf pelts, and you said like
Fuck you.
But it's enchanted like lucky or something, right? If I remember, let me check.
Did you actually identify that one? I can't remember.
What?
Did you identify the hide?
I think it was lucky that if you falling damage is negated always.
I thought that was one of the leather armors. I could be wrong. Whoever has it in their inventory should.
Oh my god.
No, man, I don't have it.
I'm freezing my balls if I need something to wear.
Okay, the hide was lucky. Yeah, that's correct.
If we're underground, it shouldn't be that cold for you, Therwin, so...
Pretty warm indoors.
I mean, it's not cold as I'm having hypothermia. It's cold as I'm naked.
Yeah, so whoever's in possession of this lucky hide can go ahead and hand it off to Therwin.
I think we just give it to him because he's the one that he can use it. So
What I'm going to request of you guys from here on out is that when you try and identify something that's in your inventory and you say have a partial success but you don't fully identify it, just go ahead and drop a +1 right next to it so that next time you know what kind of bonus you've got on that. And make sure that you're writing down items. If they're not written down in your inventory, they're going to stop existing.
Fair enough.
So
Didn't we find some bags of like magic bags?
one magic backpack, I have it on myself. Yeah.
And did you keep your other backpack?
No, I throw it away
Oh.
because we didn't have room. It was
Well,
just
that's
3 of
fine.
us. All in
It's
all.
just I'm at full like heavy carrying, so I need to go buy a backpack to help me store stuff.
I
Okay.
could use belts and things.
But yeah, so we're identifying items, aren't we? So
Well, no, you guys are going to spend a week in town pursuing whatever you like, and at the end of that week, you
the
will
end.
have successfully identified all of them during that time.
Okay, so
Right, so-
for example, again, let's just make an inventory. What do we have? Everything, not just the artifacts, but everything.
So,
Oh,
just to state right here, Mog and Brom, you are sort of hearing this loud conversation as these adventurers seem to be arguing over their loot. Just pointing that out, as you no doubt ascended for breakfast today in this subterranean tavern. So yeah, go ahead, guys, get your heads on straight.
Not Mog. Mortet, I think you have the gnomish artifact, that small little mecha. I think we should. I don't know, it's a dwarf village or something. I think somebody should know about it.
well, it's gnomish, not dwarfish. So unless we saw a gnome, there won't.
I walk around the tavern. Do I see any gnomes?
There is actually a gnome.
Does he
Daniel,
look
could
scholarly?
you describe to us what the party see as they look around and their eyes fall upon Mog, just in the tavern?
At the moment, I'm just sat at a table across the room, drinking alone,
Depressed.
trying to mind my own business, really.
Crowded in here. Okay, alone, sure.
Does he look scholarly? I mean, would you say you look scholarly? Or
Yes, I'd say so. Quite
okay.
well put together.
Well,
I just
think
turned back
I'll-
to Mortet. See, there's your guy. I think you should ask him.
I was gonna say I'll go up to the bartender and ask for a round to be sent over to him. How much should I deduct?
Okay, 5 silver, and he obliges. A short time later, after seeing this large lizard-like humanoid approaching the bar, a drink arrives, whatever choice you've been making up to this point, presumably, on the house, and the bartender, who is a middle-aged looking dwarven gentleman, alludes to the fact that it's from the table across the room.
Okay, I'll walk over. Say thank you.
Well, I would say we saw you sat over there, and you look like you may be a competent gentleman in the arcane arts, so to speak. We were wondering if you have any services available to try and identify this device we found. And I produce the device.
I could certainly take a look for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, do you do so immediately, Daniel, or are you stashing that for a later point?
No, I'll take a look at it.
Okay, that will be an Arcana check. You can go ahead and use the skill macro, or it will be 2d6 modified by your Arcana skill, by your Intelligence modifier, and bonus.
Okay. Hang on, my macro bar's gone somewhere.
Make sure that you have your token selected.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what do I press again? Sorry.
If you just hit the skill macro, and it will prompt you for the necessary modifiers, that will be your Arcana skill, which is a straight 0, and your Intelligence modifiers and bonuses, whatever those might be.
Okay. Oh wait.
Macros are tough.
They take a little bit of getting used to. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So
there we go.
the years that you spent studying in the library has given you, well, exactly the knowledge required to identify this thing. One time perusing through an old gnomish tome of tinkering, you stumble upon a page with an image of one of these devices that you're currently holding, and you distinctly remember that this is a smoke bomb.
Ooh.
Well, from the look of things, it appears to be a smoke bomb.
I'll say, well, it appears your arcane studying is great. We spent days trying to identify some of these items, and we made no real progress. So, what do you have any other skills in magic, or?
I tend to dabble. Over the years, I have come across a couple of skills that.
Pay the bills.
Lassius, I believe you're
Sorry.
muted. Just pointing that out.
Oh yes, I am.
Okay, so presumably.
I wanted to say, well, if nothing else, if you, seeing that how well you just basically looked at it and know it exactly, you just took a few seconds, what to us took a few days, just as Martin said. If it wouldn't be that much trouble, I would like to ask you to help us identify all the other items that we have on ourselves. And of course, you will be paid for your services.
Well, I'm not generally looking in the sort of the money kind of areas, but if you have any interesting artifacts, I'd gladly take one of those.
Wait. Come again?
Irvin, shush.
Whoa.
That's the biggest problem. We don't even know which artifacts are basically interesting. So
I get closer to Shao and whisper to his ear. He's gonna fucking swindle us. He's gonna say everything is shit and take it away.
I'm going to say we do, and I say this as quietly as possible to the party. I know it's not possible to.
Giant lizard.
I'll say we do have some spell books we could possibly trade to him. Then they're not worth much to us. As,
Yeah, I think we have arcane. I think I have
they're
one on me.
arcane books. Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah, we can trade that for knowledge, I guess.
Okay. Well, we'll say to him.
Basically, as we turn back, because you see the whole group basically just going to the group chat. I pull out of my backpack the arcane book. Well, if it's not a problem, we can offer this book because it's not used to us.
At this point, the innkeeper sort of loudly coughs, drawing your attention, and he's sort of like, "None of that arcanery in here."
Yeah, we're keeping that in the bedroom now. Shush. We have business to attend to.
I mean, I'll make exceptions for a band of adventurers such as yourselves, but just keep it on the down low. Sounds Australian. What am I doing?
My accent last time I did one. Ooh.
So nevertheless, we basically just continue without her hearing him. So just basically offering the book for his services.
Yes, that seems like a good deal.
So I think we're gonna do it.
Alright, okay, so the items that you're presented with, you'll be able to identify just as before by the end of the week. No rolls necessary, so...
But basically you just make not an excuse but something because this is a lot of items.
Yeah, I mean, whilst you guys are
day.
perhaps going about town doing whatever you do, he'll be like locked away in a room studying intensively.
Furiously, huh?
My favorite pastime.
I'm gonna ask the innkeeper if he knows if there's any fletcher in town or something to make arrows.
Sorry, who was the question posed to?
The innkeeper.
Oh, right. He says they may well be available over at the general store.
Good, thank you. I shimmy over to Sean. You still got the money? I saw you take a bit of
Well,
cash.
we already split the money. You weren't there, friend. So it's not there for you. I'm sorry. I can lend you some.
That's
With an
fine.
interest.
We'll all donate 2 gold.
I throw him.
Yeah.
I throw him 20 gold pieces.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Well, then I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna ask Morta, do you want to come with me to the blacksmith?
Babe,
want to
I
take you.
probably.
Well, I was gonna go to the store as well because I need to, like, get a backpack and stuff like that. So
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
I'm just
I need to
gonna
head to the general store.
Okay, so for those of you who do, you'll have access to everything on the basic item tables at their standard prices. Brom, you're presumably relaxing in the tavern. Let me know if there is anything you want to do. Right now, you're just witnessing these guys kind of heading out. Seems to be talk of a trip to the store.
I'm gonna see what they're up to and just learn some tales from them and see if I can actually join them. I'm gonna follow them to the store.
Okay,
Happy,
sure.
chef.
So a very short time after you guys enter, perhaps kicking the snow off your boots, this human wielding a mace and a light shield wearing male enters. Could you give us a little bit of a description of Brom at this point?
Let's see. I'm a fairly young human, blonde hair, a little chubby around the middle. I'm not a great fighter, you can see, but I have a necklace that has a cross on it, you notice. So I'm very religious, and you can see that I'm very careful and very kind to everyone I come across, offering advice as I see I could help them in any way.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and pick up whatever you need, guys. Obviously you're met once again by this dwarven lady who seems to be running the general store here,
I'm just making small talk with the dwarfish lady.
naturally.
And but I think Morta and Sean is the only one who's buying, as in our party directly.
Yeah, so just let me know what you're purchasing, guys.
Purchased a backpack.
Okay, that'll be a gold.
What's the exchange between gold and silver again?
It's
10 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I approach Morteth and ask him if I overheard correctly that one of their party had died on their last adventure.
I say that is correct. Yes, we lost a member, and it was very sad. We lost it to an ambush of these demented snake creatures.
Snake
Well,
Run.
if I ever saw some.
Overcome with sadness, I apologize. I feel sorry for their loss, and I offer them my condolences. If there's any way I could help them, I offer my help.
Well, I just not even looking at the priest, if let's just say for now, we don't know his name or Brom. I'm not even looking at him, just ask him basically, a simple prayer for him will be enough, I think. For now. Nothing else will help him, unfortunately.
I offer a prayer in memory of this party member they had.
Alright.
All right. Okay. How many was it bolts that you were picking up, Thorwin? Whilst this is taking
arrows.
place. How many did you grab there?
14.
Okay, so yeah, you're all gold, 4 silver. You're all stocked up again. Excellent. All right, is there anything else taking place? Go ahead.
I'm also going to buy a full thing of rations, 6 of them.
Okay. All right.
2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 1 gold, 3 silver, right?
It's gold 4, or is it a gold 2? It's a gold 4, right? Wait, you're buying 6. It's 1 gold, 2 silver.
1 gold, 2 silver. Okay.
Oh yeah. Another thing about the rations would be nice.
Yeah.
So another backpack.
Maybe a replacement jug of oil for that lantern of yours. It could even be an improvised thrown weapon in the right situation.
Is that a dark omen for the things to come?
Do we have a
Oh,
telescope?
yes. I have a telescope. Yes.
Yeah, we have a telescope, compass. I think we have 2 compasses.
I have a compass, and someone else does.
Good, good.
Yeah, I have it. It's on me. So.
Right. Should some of us get some hunting implements, or do we have any?
Arrows and bow?
Arrows and
hear-
bow.
I hear Mortet saying about the hunting implements. I look around and I just see the bear trap, and I start to chuckle. We don't need those hunting implements. You split it in half, so we're okay.
We have to make a bear trap on a rope.
If you
What?
choose to do so. I'm not sure if you
Okay,
already have a bear trap or if you would have to pick one up.
No, I'm gonna buy a bear trap.
Sure. 8 gold pieces. John?
If we've got a bear trap, I don't think.
Yeah, I buy this set of leather armor and a full set of shins.
A full set of what?
6 rations.
Okay.
And a loot.
And okay, you're replacing that. Sure.
You lost your loot.
I have to get my loot. It
Oh.
saved my life. If that
I know
loot
what
wasn't on my back, I would be dead right now.
Yeah,
I
that would
know
have been
what-
his spine.
I think should be bought, just in case, is bandages. Just in case we need to heal someone.
Sure.
It could.
I got a
always-
resurrection potion. I
It-
can
it
heal
happens.
anyone, anytime.
We should
Anybody can die. It's okay now.
Save that.
save
for
that.
a bigger fight. If we use it to some
I think I might jump off a building. I want to see if it really works. Someone can revive me.
We'll feed it to you.
Yeah,
Just
it might
leave your
work.
Shattered body there as a reminder to others not to waste healing revive potions.
As long as a statue is made in honor of me, I'll go with that.
Okay.
Alright, so is anyone picking up any bandages there, Morteth? Are you grabbing some, maybe, if that's on your mind? Alright, those are a gold apiece,
I'll
if
be
I'm not
getting 6.
mistaken. That's right. Okay, that's a fair number of bandages. So does that conclude the visit to the general store here today?
I do think so.
Okay, excellent.
I'm buying a grappling hook just in case because
I have one, I have one. I mean, you can buy a spare if you want.
Then I'm not gonna buy.
I got enough rope to make a bear trap on a rope, a grappling hook. I'm good. I'm set.
So who wanted to pay that visit to the blacksmith?
I did it.
Alright,
I'm going with him.
sure.
I was asking Mortis to come because he has the plate armor. Basically, I think it should be fair enough conclusion to work out the dentist and everything like that.
Now, just for clarification real quick, was it sort of implied that Brom was welcome to join at this point? Or when you requested that prayer, was it just sort of a passing request to a cleric?
It was just a passing
mean,
on my part.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that I'm against him following us around, but I'm not saying that even I'm directly invited.
My idea
I look at the body.
is to have Brom following us like everywhere. We just like
It's your idea.
Ignore
What
it.
about Sean?
I second that.
Okay, and Morteth dealt with like the real.
Literally, I say
Brunt of
I
the
think he's a
communication.
good guy. Let's take him with us.
All right, so
Let's bring him along.
it seems that you are welcome to tag along at least at this point, Brom, as the party seems to be departing to speak with the blacksmith momentarily here. It's just a short stretch down the road, and you encounter this bestial gentleman once more. He's a
What kind of beast?
he's a snow leopard, if I remember correctly, and again he's just hammering away at his anvil there, working on some kind of well, that's probably the same sword, because animations cost a lot.
Or he just leveling up his skill, you know, forging a few millions of daggers.
So he looks up as you approach and says, "Greetings, adventurers, and congratulations on your recent success." Man, have I been drinking today? It was unbelievable to see you return from the mountains.
We were just lucky, that's all.
lucky.
Basically, my visit was as I say this, I'm pulling the book out of my backpack or something like that, you know, cheap animations. Say that we found this book in the dungeon, yeah, like that. In the tomb or anything, I don't know, how should I say it? The Iron Defenders or something like that, right?
Yeah, good enough.
In that tomb, we found this book about, let me just say it's blacksmithing because it has an anvil and a hammer on it. But I think it's dwarvish. But nevertheless, I think you should have it if you would accept this gift.
He takes it from you, and he sort of looks a little bit shocked by what he's seeing, and he flips through the pages and says, yes, I'm not understanding any of this, but I can definitely entrust it to someone who will benefit from the knowledge there within. Thank you, adventurers. This is, well, I never thought I'd see the day that I'd be holding an artifact from the tomb of the Iron Guardians. And he sort of stows the book.
But as he stows it away, I'm just gonna say it. Whenever you find a guy, just basically give us a haul. That's who he is. And basically the rest of the time I was just asking to repair the daggers and all that, to sharpen them and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. So a little bit of weapon maintenance takes place, and during this
On my
time,
part, somebody else if wants to.
during this time, as he's kind of, taking care of the task at hand, he sort of casually mentions to you, "I assume that you've met with the village elder after your recent success."
Fuck.
No. Why should we?
Where would we find him?
Let's pull up my notes right here.
He doesn't know. He's an imposter.
He says, well, you'll find Thali in his home, just close by, gives you some directions, and I'm sure he'd be very, very interested to know about the location of the entrance to the tomb. It's been a mystery to us for, well, longer than we care to remember, perhaps.
I just look at Mortet. Basically, sure, if you want, we can go. You're a navigator, so it's up to
Yes,
you.
I mean, I did say I had a compass and a telescope, and I have got a skill in
Navigation.
so I could. I did say I wanted to make a map to the place, to the doors we found. So
sort of overhearing you guys talking a little bit, he's like, yes, I'm sure Thali would be extremely interested in the production of a map, and he would perhaps send some of his men with you if you were to return to confirm the location of the entrance. I'm sure he'd be willing to reward you for your efforts.
I pull back the party a bit, Mortet and Sean basically, and let's say Turvin too. Let's say he was there too. Just think about what he said, the blacksmith. Let's make sure that we us four is here in this. I'm just saying, telling this to us, so that the blacksmith is not in earshot. So if this guy is correct, and let's say the village leader will send us some troops with us, we could actually probably take down that furball on the hull, if you remember.
The
Was
what?
it an ice troll?
Yeah, there was an ice troll or
Oh.
whatever it was, but there was another furball at the end, if you remember. There was a
Oh
donut.
yes, that slobbery
Yeah.
hairy thing.
Yes, I remember.
In the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
yeah, sure.
Probably we can clear. Plus that freaking gargoyle. We still
That's
Yeah.
it's gonna be mad by this point. It's gonna be very
we
mad.
already get
I guarantee you that gargoyle still exists. 100%. He's out there.
Somewhere.
He's gonna be a recurring enemy in the franchise.
He's gonna be the main antagonist in the sequel, right?
So,
Yeah, he's gonna build up an army and slay us all.
a short time passes. Shower, your weapons are all returned to you, and whoever else volunteered theirs. And the the gentleman, who now I suppose reveals his name, says to you, "My name is Aldog. It's been an honor meeting you."
Dog.
Is that what you say to him?
I just chuckle.
I'm just gonna ask to confirm the directions to the house again. So that-
Okay, yeah, he's
and I
happy
think
to do
we
so.
basically just head to a direction.
I was
maybe
gonna
back to
say,
the tavern first.
Thank you for your instruction
Thanks for the services.
to go to the mayor's house. Well, elder's house. We will go there directly.
Thank you, adventurers. And so you arrive. It's very short travel, and you see a slightly, I don't know, vaguely grander looking building here that stands amidst the rest. It has on one side kind of like a domed ceiling, which looks quite like a more impressive piece of architecture than what is commonly seen around here. Slightly larger door, and again the stairs descend down. You can give a firm knock on this heavy wooden door if you wish to do so.
Will that need a strength check?
No. Short time passes, and an elderly-looking dwarven gentleman with this heavy, thick, grey, braided beard. You could barely see his face through this just tremendous facial hair. He sort of answers the door and says, "Greetings. Please enter." And returns behind his table, sort of gesturing for. There's a few chairs, gesturing for you to make yourselves comfortable. You're not all going to be seated, but invites you in regardless. And he sits down behind his table. He's sort of got various parchments and scrolls in various states of completion and unfurlment or storage. And there's a pouch of gold coins spilled open and some. Perhaps cartographical equipment, is that a word? Yeah, he's just perusing over his things here. And he says, how may I be of assistance? If I'm not mistaken, you are the mighty adventurers who returned recently from the mountains.
Yeah, just
Yes,
want to
mighty
say that.
indeed.
Yeah, just
We
want
didn't even
to
slay
say
any
that.
of the giant beasts in there. We're not that mighty.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
just
go back.
basically-
Possibly. Maybe.
Well, I'd like to say to him, we heard from the blacksmith that you may be interested in directions to the tomb. I believe your settlement lost them ages ago.
Absolutely. My cartographer would be more than interested in completing our maps of the region.
Where is your cartographer located? Where is he?
Well, I'd first like to say,
I'm
would
just
you...
asking directions. I do basically.
Well, we'll get to that after this. What I was going to say is, if we do give your cartographer directions there, would you be able to provide some sort of escort to help us clear it out?
Yeah, because we
Right?
didn't
So that
actually.
your archaeologists can come in and discover your lost history, trying to gain a bonus with that.
So as you chime in, Shower Silverskin, you just hear him suddenly turn his head and say, "Gimli!" And then he turns back to the group and he says, "So, if I am not mistaken, you intend to return to the mountain. I would
Yeah,
indeed
of course.
send my men with you to confirm its location, validating our maps."
I would like to, let's say, I stop time for a second. Just as I look around, what do I see? How it's, for example, what do I see on the walls? Are they historical, let's say, paintings, let's say, shields or something as decorations, or are they, well, how I want to ask basically, can I see about around his surrounding, because this is his house, right? So can I see about his house that is he interested in the history or anything else?
Is he a what? Sorry.
So basically, is he interested in the history of things? For example, I would guess that if somebody has a lot of historical paintings on the wall, I would have a
Very much so. Yeah, I mean, he is like all about preserving the dwarven lineage. You know, there's examples of excellent dwarven blacksmanship, and there's craftsmanship, and there's also you know, various dwarven books, shelves lined with books, a painting perhaps of the mountainside with the harpies and that legendary battle that took place and that kind of thing.
So as Morted said that he would be interested in sending troops there to clear it out.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we were planning to go back because, as you know, there's it's a lost tomb. It was just, let's say, found. There's a lot of knowledge there that basically just lying to be found. It would be a waste to. It would be a waste to let it be forgotten again.
He agrees wholeheartedly and is very enthusiastic about preserving the dwarven history. Yeah.
So sending some troops with us would be beneficial because we would know the way.
So noticing that you're really stressing the troops point, he says, yes, I could spare 2 men to join your group of adventurers.
That's just fine. We need rations mostly.
They should provide their own. I mean, they're coming with us, but they're not leeching.
No, I mean, they should carry our rations.
No, we can't use them as pack mules. NPCs are people too.
So at this point, Gimli arrives and he's sort of like,
It
yes.
doesn't matter, right?
He sort of responds to the call of village elder Thali here and enters and he turns to him and says, "Thali, I need you to work with these adventurers to update our maps of the region. It turns out that they recently found the location of the Tomb of the Iron Guardians. I shall send 2 men with them to confirm the location, but right now, over the next few days, I need you to work closely with them to make sure our maps are as up to date as possible." And he's just nodding in agreement, and he starts gathering papers and materials from around the room and
I
things.
shall go with him to.
Okay, so you step up, and he sort of looks at you a little bit intimidated, and looks up at you, and then nods, and then carries on gathering things and gestures for you to follow.
Because as the leader said, if he just sending 2 soldiers or who knows what people to confirm the tomb location, but not to clear it.
Yeah, but we can convince them that the glory of battle, because they're dwarves, they enjoy. They're kind of like a warrior race. I mean, they enjoy this sort of stuff if they like.
Yeah,
it.
sure. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Either way, we are more prepared now.
I do not
about-
believe that my men alone would have the might to perform such a feat, but
They
with
wouldn't be
your
alone,
assistance,
they
if
wouldn't
you
have-
if
We
you
will be
return
there too.
and clarify that the tomb is safe, I will send an additional party to establish a camp up there on the mountainside in the coming months.
Be
Well,
good.
what was it, Timmy? Sure. why
That's good for me, I guess.
not? So Mortet is basically you're with the cartographer guy, yeah?
Yeah. And over the next few days, he requests that you just keep returning, and there's a room upstairs. It's just like a small office room or whatever, and he's just working away in there with you, and to the best of his ability, trying to understand your descriptions and everything. So yeah, they'll just continue unfolding as the week progresses. Is there anything else that you guys want to take care of before we do a bit of a time skip?
Shower, shouldn't you check up on the ladies?
Yeah, I just was about to say that as the time passes, I'm just gonna basically flirt around, court some ladies.
I mean, you were very popular with the ladies when you returned to the celebration on the first night, so sure, you can continue.
I want to ask
pursuits.
around if there's any place, like a shooting range, or if I could improvise one.
Sure, I mean, you can definitely just find a spot to fire off a few arrows as an old target, or maybe a scarecrow or something.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, cool.
I think they have a garrison, right?
Sorry, what was that, Lasius?
Maybe it's in the foothills, right? I think it should have a garrison or something. You can ask the town guard to let him on their, I don't know, for a few target practice there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you essentially train with the town guard. They have like a little dummy set up or whatever, that kind of thing. Something like that. It's very low budget. This is a very small village, but they do their best here. All right. So is there anything else, or are we going to jump to the end of the week? Have those artifacts identified and stuff? Go on.
Yeah, could I check the town if there's any bakers?
Sure, yeah, you find that at the inn there is someone trained in cooking who could potentially bake for you or teach you about baking.
Could I ask them to teach me how to bake bread? Because it's a goal of mine.
Yes, yeah, sure, you do so, and they say that if you watch them working over the next few weeks and you seem to be picking it up, they'll sorry, not few weeks, over the remainder of the week is what I meant to say. They'll allow you to step in and try your hand at the bread making, and we'll see how you go. I'm gonna make a quick skill check for them just to see how good they are at showing you the art of bread making.
Oh, come on, guys.
They're quite
Don't let me
talented
down.
at the production of the breads, so
Epically funny.
But it's dwarf.
oh! Okay.
Mama Central Patch.
They're trying to explain to you how
so sad.
the loaf is supposed to be blackened and like it's meant to crumble in the hand like that when you just apply the slightest bit of pressure. This is the most nutritious loaf that you will find.
And as you approach the bread, you could feel the unholy aura that is coming from. That's the perfect bread.
So yeah, I don't know what is wrong with this
Can I
individual,
sing to
but-
them to inspire to teach me better?
Oh Jesus! Unfortunately, as this is a non-player character, that's not going to work out too good right here.
Damn.
Yes, Aaron. This is you see the miasma just rolling out from the kitchen.
Okay, well, you did your best. That's all that matters. All right. So the end of the week rolls around. You guys have successfully, Mog, locked away in your little room in the half-full goblet. You've been working away, and you've found that the items you were left with, which was a leather armor, a backpack, a shield, a potion, and a set of plate, you find them to be. Did we identify that leather out of curiosity?
I think not.
What do you have it equipped right now? Are you sure? Can you check for me?
Nope.
Look here.
I just have a simple one on me. I think. Yeah, it's on me. Yeah. Here.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. That is a undying leather armor that you have right there, sir. The backpack, it turns out to be a bag of holding. Now that it's identified, it will grant up to twice your strength score in stowed encumbrance for whoever equips that item.
I have that too.
The potion, which was a silvery liquid, you identified to be a shield potion, which gives an AC bonus for the duration of an encounter to whoever consumes the potion. And the plate armor, which I believe Morteth currently has equipped, you identified as, I believe, reinforced plate.
course. Okay, cool.
And you already identified the smoke bomb earlier, so
So what was the backpack of holding?
bag of
Bag
holding,
of
yep.
hold.
So I now have a minus AC score, right?
Yep.
Jeez.
Wow.
Let me check. You might just have an AC of 0 now.
No, I'm on 1. Oh yeah, so I am on 0. Yeah.
If you drink the potion, you have negative.
Yep.
Hang on.
the
I've got
sheet.
some- oh,
We should give the bag of holding to our pack mule, basically.
I already have the backpack. You cannot.
So you're gonna be the pack mule.
Going to be most beneficial on
go
whoever's
this way.
got the most strength, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We
So
should give it to Morteth, our resident brawler.
So are
I'm
you
big
satisfied with that, Morgan? You simply present the items to the party after the job is done?
Yeah, I'll be open with it.
so what
Okay,
was-
and
I'm gonna ask him what the book, the arcane book we gave him does. What is it?
yeah, that's a spell book. So the trade that was made here, you're now in the possession of a spell book. Essentially, it can be used to accrue arcane knowledge.
By the way, what was the silver portion?
A shield
Shield.
potion.
Shield. Okay. I just noticed that's on my character too.
Okay, so Morteth, in the coming few days, as the week
Yes.
plays out, you're working alongside Gimli to produce this map, and at one point you overhear someone burst in to the mayor's building, and there seems to be a little bit of commotion, raised voices from the next room. Do you investigate?
I was going to say, does it sound like it's a dwarven person? So could I intimidate them into calming down if I had to?
It seems like a conversation between a couple of dwarves. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll investigate what's going on out there. Sure.
All right. So as you step into the room, you see. Oh my God, these notes. You see Thali, and he appears to be communicating with another somewhat younger dwarf who's, well, he's clearly one of the guard, if not the head of the
Okay.
guard. He's very well
Okay.
equipped. And you can hear Thali saying, Bori, calm down, calm down. Please, deliver the message. What is happening? And he's sort of like out of breath, and he's saying, we received word for... Oh, a messenger just arrived in town today. Oh my God! And so, yeah, you're gonna try and perhaps sit him down in a chair and
I'll
coax
go
this out
over
from
and
him.
say to him, calm down, sir, calm down, sir. We are. I have a band of adventurers. If it's anything really serious, we may.
He finds
Yeah,
that
okay.
very reassuring and looks to you like you're his only hope here. And actually, he grabs a hold of your chest and he's like, he's clinging on to your breastplate, and he's just sort of looking terrified. And he says, "We've received word from Babrick Town. It's a tragedy. The workers have been disappearing. The citizenry have been disappearing. Men, women, children. It's inexplicable in numbers that we've never heard of before in the region. It's unprecedented. I can't begin to explain it, and I feel utterly powerless. They've requested that we send aid immediately, but I cannot spare the men. And with the tomb recently being uncovered, it's just out of our. We're out of our depths here. I just don't know what to do."
I say to him that I will go consult with my party. I say to the cartographer, I'm afraid this seems a lot more serious than what we were dealing with. I will consult with my party, and then depending on what happens, I will come back to you, or
Gimli nods understandingly, and yes.
I go relay the information to the party.
Okay,
now.
so you show up maybe in the evening sometime, and over a drink or something, you state that today, whilst you were working on the map, there seemed to be this sort of commotion, this sort of scene, and it was explained that down in Babrick Town, which is well, you don't exactly know how far away it is. You haven't really made inquiries yet, but you explain that there's been disappearances, and not just, you know, the usual disappearances, but in great numbers.
And if it's somebody gets disalarmed, as basically I think Morted described that basically the town guard just ran in full panic mode.
Yeah, he was pretty damn worried.
Yeah,
He grabbed
the-
hold of me. He seemed
So
scared.
I
He
don't
seemed
think
really
it's
scared.
just 5 or 6 people. I think it's basically whole districts or something like that.
They were definitely calling out for assistance. They need more able bodies down there to defend the people.
And I say
Certainly.
to the party that if we're thinking of helping, we should ask them to provide us with transport, seeing as though this seems to be.
That I think we should help, but first things, as I said, first things first. I look around the tyrant. Do I see the Mog, the mage who helped us?
Presumably, yeah. Are you
I
there,
just
Mark?
approach him. I'm just gonna
All right.
I'm just gonna approach him and ask him about just basically just putting out the questions that is there a spell or something, a counter-arcing that can make this kind of disappearances happen that he's know of, because this doesn't seem natural at all, as in how natural it can be.
At the moment, you're kind of in an absence of information more than anything.
Yeah, that's why I want to, let's say, confirm something, because this is, as we don't have any information. But
We should take him. Maybe it's nothing at all, but maybe if it is,
Yeah, I would
we
like, then I will
should
basically
have
just turn around and ask him that if it wouldn't be any trouble, if you have any time, this mission would be dangerous, but I think your expertise would be appreciated.
And I think also it may be the right thing to do. It seems people are in trouble. Our last mission was for purely selfish reasons. We maybe should go help someone.
So basically, Mortet, I think you should go back to the mayor and acquire some transports, and everybody else
We
just
should
get
also
ready.
ask for a bit more information if they've received any other word from them
Sure.
as well. Maybe someone with a
Do you want me to go with you?
Well, you have the highest charisma, or you
Yeah,
have, yeah. So
So
Okay.
basically,
All right, so you arrive back at the mayor, and it's explained to you that it seems that recently the wolf population down in Babrick Town has spiked, and the disappearances have just skyrocketed. They have found the corpses of their citizens and their workers. Most of them have never been seen again, but there's definitely been bodies found, as far as this guard is aware, ravaged by some sort of creature close to the town, possibly. Well, it's not really much more than that is known.
what do we know
I
about the
say
town?
to, I was going to say, I say to him, it sounds like there has been a swift uptake in the monster population. There may be something breeding out these wolves as quick as it can, compared to a
But the
normal
wolves are
wolf.
basically, yes, they're hunting in packs, but they usually find the weakest one, as I know about knowledge, not.
Yeah, they don't normally attack settlements, to be fair.
Yeah, they're actually.
He clarifies the settlement was never attacked. It was those who would venture outside, but even
That
those
makes
who
sense.
just went a short distance. Normally the wolves wouldn't really approach so close, but they seem to have some confidence lately.
Well, maybe something's driving them out. No, if they have confidence, then it's not something driving them out, no.
But it looks like that they have confidence. Maybe they're just panicking, that they are basically fleeing.
No, I think you could tell
The
when
wolves
it panicked,
aren't-
whereas
Irvin, you're not here, so.
just hunting.
Oh,
no.
that's true.
Someone would have to investigate. I know that the citizens down there are most likely too terrified to leave the
Calm
city
down,
walls.
sir, calm down. We agreed with the party. We're gonna investigate this. We just ask that you provide for now transportation to the town because we don't know where it is.
Okay, so at this point, Thali states that he can't spare any horses, unfortunately, but the town is only a short travel away, a few days at most.
Yeah, could we use a persuade check on him to give us
Yeah, I
some
would like.
precise directions so we can get a good travel?
Yeah, I would like to ask that for as much information as I can about anything.
Okay,
I
so-
you want to know the underwear color.
There is a well-established caravan track between the two, the village and the town, so you can just travel from Abinbaum Babrick via the
How
road.
many days did you say it would be?
He says a few at most.
Few at most.
2 to 4 days, approximately.
We could.
Yeah, we could go investigate what's going on. Who should we report to when we get there?
The message was sent from Mayor Arlen.
Marlon.
I think
Let's
that's
go.
all the information
Yeah, I
we
think
need.
that's the information we need. I think we head back to the tavern, get our stuff, right?
And talk to the rest of the party, yeah, because it's just me and you.
Okay, so Gimli thanks you, Morteth, and he's quite confident that he could finish up the maps with everything that you've given him up to this point. And Thali states that he's happy to wait and will still provide the men if you do ever return, as he's eager to confirm the location of the entrance to the tomb. That's fantastic. Okay, so back in the tavern, it seems that the party is gearing up to head out to Babrick Town. Are you just going to go ahead and set out in the morning at the end of this week and make your way down there?
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
and I don't think we've got any more shopping to do unless.
I think everybody got anything, everything.
Okay, so it's simple enough. You gear up and you just follow the road. You're descending down from the foothills of the mountains, and ahead of you you can see this extremely dense evergreen forest just kind of powdered with snow. And the road at some point just disappears into the forest. It's almost completely shadowy under there, the canopy being so thick. And we'll go ahead and take a break at this point, and we'll return for the arrival in Babrick Town in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.